demeanor, communication skills, pasarela, self-discipline, and confidence. And it is an honor to be part of this relevant undertaking. Thank you so much.
I actually really derive motivation from Miss Kathleen Dayton of last year, of Miss Echo International, and I take her as a motivation and an inspiration to bring home the pride not only in our province but also in our country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And for me, you are a consistent performer way back 2 years ago when you competed in pageants here and abroad. Now that you are already a lady, paano yung adjustment na ginagawa mo? Since lumalaban ka ngayon sa mainstream pageantry.
I've started with pageants as a teen beauty queen, so as you know, that means that I'd have to be super conservative about everything that I wear, everything I do, everything I say, especially. And now that I'm in adult pageantry, now that I've entered and ventured into this world, I feel more free to be more open about my thoughts, just because I'm an adult and I know that this time around I'm accountable for what I say and for what I do, and that no other person, especially my parents or my team, would get the blame for it. And that's one thing that I could definitely accept. So that's one change that you would most especially notice from me, that I would speak my mind and do whatever it is that I want.
Very well said. Good luck, ladies. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies. I'm Tito Norman from norman.com. May I please ask these three ladies to step forward. Number 2, Erica Vinculado. Number 17, Ingrid Santa Maria. And number 25, Gwen Forniol. Okay. This is a case of easy, medium, and hard. I'll ask the easy first. Gwen has the easy question. Gwen, your question is this. You joined Miss World Philippines last year. What is that something new or fresh that you are bringing to the table this year?
Thank you for that question, Norman. So, as you may know, last year I joined Miss World Philippines and it was my first ever pageant. I had no confidence, but that stage in my life brought me confidence. But this year, I'm a newer version of myself. I feel stronger mentally and physically, and I'm ready to just kick the stage and to bond with all my sisters and just make new memories. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the medium, Roja City. Erica, some people are saying that the youth nowadays have a misguided sense of self-empowerment, thinking that they are smarter or more technologically adept. What are your thoughts about this? Because you are a 70-year-old who qualifies for this question.
As a 17-year-old who qualifies for this question, I can say that the youth is educated. So I think that's why they are more technologically adept. I think a lot of people think that they're misguided because they're recognizing a lot of issues that we see today in society that a lot of people from older generations don't bother addressing or don't have the education to recognize. So I think those are my thoughts on that.
Are you sure you're 70? All right. Ingrid.
Yes, Tito Norman.
Your brother is so adorably cute. Anyways, this is the hardest question among the three, but it's not really hard for someone from Parañaque, as we are both are. What is more challenging for you? Winning the highest crown in this competition, or finding your real purpose in life?
I think that both of those are actually the same challenge. I know that I'm here for a reason. I've been striving so hard every single day to get to that blue crown, and the blue crown is what I have my eyes on, and that is also my purpose to win this pageant.
Thank you so much, ladies, and best of luck in the competition. Mars, you're next.
Thank you, Tito Norman. Good afternoon, girls. Would it be okay if I ask candidate number 22, Cassandra Bermejan, 18, Justin Felizarta, and my kababayan from Iloilo Province, China J. Chu. Alright, first muna kay sa akong kasimanwa. Maayong hapon.
Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan.
Ayan. So my question is, you joined beauty pageants last year, and this is a virtual pageant. Now that you are joining face-to-face, would it be okay if you could share to us what are the advantages and disadvantages of virtual pageant and face-to-face pageant?
Live pageants are very different because you're able to walk on stage and you have audience to cheer and clap for you. So it gives me a different sense of inspiration and motivation at the same time. And it's very timely that we get to adopt the new normal and continue with our lives right now. It's very difficult, but beauty pageants continue to be a source of hope even in these difficult times. Thank you.
Thank you. My next question is from Justin Felizarta. Hi Mars, good afternoon. Mars, my question is, aside from the blue crown, what crown are you eyeing?
Thank you for that question. Of course, this platform of Miss World Philippines has been such an experience already because it is purpose-driven and it's really bringing out my authenticity and vulnerability. If I had to choose a crown besides Miss World, of course, because we want to aim high, it would be Miss Supranational. Because I do stand for what they believe in elegance and beauty. As a profession of medical aesthetics, I do want to embrace unique beauty and tell everyone how empowering it is to celebrate one's diversity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And my last question is from Mars Cassandra Chan. Mars, question. You joined another pageant also, and it is a national. For you, what are your advantages joining Miss World Philippines?
Thank you, Mars, for that question. I actually don't see it as advantages, but I think experience is something that is nice, actually. Nice in a sense that if you have experience in anything, in any experience, you can do better. And I feel like with my first pageant, which was Binibini Filipinas, I was still very overwhelmed and I was very nervous. But right now that I'm 27 years old and this is already my third pageant, I feel very authentic and I feel very strong in the sense that I know who I am and I know being here on this stage today, I can show you my true self.
Thank you so much, girls, and good luck. Now, Tito Jay.
Good afternoon, girls. I'd like to ask I'm from Malaya Business Insight, and I'd like to ask number 9, Lipacity, Kaila. Number 13, Malaya Gigante, Cebu. And number 19, KMT Estiques, Balagtas. Actually, I have a common question for all of you. It's very simple. My question is very simple. How do you handle pressure, and can you cite an example where you had previously handled it successfully in the past?
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kyla. Hi. So, I have handled pressure before since I have joined several business competitions, as well as constant exams as well in my college, UP Diliman. And being here in the pageant as a first timer, I don't see it actually as a weakness. I see it as an opportunity. Yes, it's much more pressure building upon me, but actually I see it as an opportunity to bring something new to the team. And I believe in my team, I believe in myself that I would surprise each and every one of you for all the challenges I expect. Thank you.
As an aspiring yoga teacher, I've come to learn that grace comes from when you exert the opposite effort that gravity gives on your body. You have to resist the motion to let it fall and let it move like honey. In my job as an event host, I encounter pressure every day. I encounter the pressure of making an everyday event in my life some special occasion in someone else's. You see, when I wake up in the morning and I go to work, it's always someone's birthday, it's always someone's anniversary, someone's Christmas party. It's a special occasion, and it's such an enriching experience for me to be able to allow people to be seen, to feel like they're being heard and understood and accepted, even if it is something as simple as a job. Today in Miss World Philippines, I face the pressure of representing a truly exceptionally empowered Filipina, and the weight that goes with representing Cebu at that, having garnered crowns as well. My fellow Cebuano who is sitting over here brings us so much pride, but that also means that I have big shoes to fill. But you cannot doubt the fact that I am more than up to that task. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Let me tell you a short story. When I was 16 years old, I first started working in a fast food chain while I am studying. And it is the time when I was able to experience so much pressure because I need to juggle my working time, my racket time as a model or ushering event, and also as a student. But I know that all of the pressure that I am experiencing is just a stepping stone for me to reach my dream. Just like here in Miss World Philippines, we are all experiencing so much pressure, but we know what the reason why we are doing here. Because we have our purpose, and we have our dream and goal that we want to reach. And I know that whatever pressure comes along the way, we will be able to make it because we love what we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, girls. Look out and handle the pressure of the next challenges. I give the floor to the other side.
Thank you. Hi girls, good afternoon. Congratulations in advance from the Crown Philippines. This is Christian. My questions are for Albay, Makati City, and Rojas City. Oh, Makati number 15. I'm so sorry. Right. So with the influence of social media nowadays, how does an expansive social media network influences your role as an exceptionally empowered woman? Number 2, you can start.
Could you please repeat the question again? Thank you.
Sorry. With the influence of social media nowadays, how does an expansive social media network influences your role as an exceptionally empowered woman?
I think an expansive social media network influences me or compels me to think very carefully before I post something or before I make a statement. I think it's important to know your audience and to know the people you have influence over. So I think that before anything, you must think before you click, and you must educate yourselves in order for you to be able to use your voice properly and use your voice to uplift people rather than bring them down. Thank you.
Paula?
As for me, I think that social media, as we know, it's a great platform, and since it's being so expanding right now, as an exceptionally empowered Filipina, I'd rather use those platforms to show how Filipinos are. I've been doing that in Barcelona, Norway, Germany, and I use now social media because it reaches internationally in all around the world, and I always showcase my culture, my traditions, my friends, and showcase how happy and proud Filipina I am. Thank you.
Hi, I definitely agree with what my sisters just said. For me, social media is such an amazing platform where I can share not only the things that I like or the food that I like, but also be able to share my story. And as an advocate of suicide prevention, I have used social media to share my purpose, to share my story to everybody, that it's okay
to have a mental illness. It's okay to have mental health problems. And I feel like without social media, we won't be able to do or express these things or to share these platforms to everybody who needs to hear it. And I feel like, yes, we have so many risks on, speaking up and expressing our voices on social media. But I feel like if we do not speak up, then we are also at the same time silencing a group of people that needs to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Mabuhay and good afternoon to everyone. I'd like to ask candidates number 20.
Dito an excuse lang. We'd like to advise our media guests to please refrain from asking the girls who have already been asked prior. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yikes.
Good afternoon again. I'm Ethan Concepcion from Manila Standard. I'd like to ask number 24, 34, and 20 kung hindi pa natanong. Okay. 24 and 34. Oh, okay. 34 na tanong na pala. Okay. Number, please come forward.
Number 7, Carmona Cavite,
number
hasn't
7.
been called.
May we know who's your Filipina beauty queen role model and why?
That's a hard question. I'd have to say my mother, of course, not just because she was a successful beauty queen, but she was a beauty queen as a mother to me, with the morals and values that she raised me as a multicultural woman. And I'll be eternally grateful for her endless love, support, and guidance.
Thank you, Ashley.
Good afternoon, everyone. I promise I'm not just saying this because it's Miss World, but my answer would be Megan Young. I met her when I was probably 17 and I had no plans at all to join a beauty pageant. But when you're in front of a beauty queen, you really acknowledge the aura and the power that they hold in a room. And so I thought that the most inspiring people in the world, whether a beauty queen or a politician or anyone with an advocacy, has that kind of aura, and I wanted to strive for that. I wanted to be a woman who could stand out in a room and could say what they want in a way that reaches out to other people. So really a beauty with a purpose, and so I would say Megan Young.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Erica, so nice to see everybody here. And same with Allison actually, well not Megan Young, but somebody that I really admire from Miss World is Tracy. Tracy, and I think I did express this from the first time I saw her back in the final screening. And the reason why I picked Tracy is because aside from the fact that she is genuinely kind, what made me fall in love with her was her advocacy for single parents. My mother, hi mom, she's right here, and I have personally witnessed so many struggles that my mother has gone through as a single parent. And that's the reason why Tracy's story has touched me, and I'm pretty sure that it has touched thousands of lives, not only here in the Philippines, but all across the world as well. And I can only wish that I can be half of who Tracy is. Thank you.
Last question. It's actually one of the hashtags of Miss World Philippines 2022. What makes you an exceptionally empowered Filipina? Okay,
yeah, sure. Okay, for me, an exceptionally empowered Filipina is definitely somebody who wholeheartedly and 100% embraces who she is, no matter how that looks to other people. Because I think one of the problems that our generation faces is really the ability to be able to love ourselves. I think a lot of people here can agree. Me too, I am very guilty of that. And through realization and as I grew through life, I have built my confidence through my experiences, and I think that we should focus on the things that we are instead of focusing on the things that we are not, because this is where true empowerment comes from. And I think, and trust me when I say that there is nothing more to be in this world, nothing more important to be in this world than yourself.
I think every single woman on this stage right now is exceptional. And my whole life, I did strive for excellence in my academics, in my ballet career, but I never felt fully empowered. But I'm just so lucky to have found my purpose through teaching ballet. As you know, I run my own ballet school, and I feel so empowered when I teach people new steps, when I teach them to overcome doubts and do things that they thought was beyond their ability. And something as small as that makes me an empowered Filipina, and I would want to show that to the entire world.
Thank you, Ms. Miguez. And lastly,
To be an exceptionally empowered Filipina is constantly changing as the world is evolving. I define it as someone who is able to be innovative despite all of the challenges and changes. I am so proud to have been multifaceted, to be creative with my various careers, and to find other higher platforms such as Miss World Philippines to raise my voice to not only align my goals but uplift the people around me. Thank you.
Grade 4 up until college, and I love playing different kind of sports. I'm a very sporty person, and lastly is that I wasn't thinking about getting into pageant, and my team just pushed me, and thank you so much for them for pushing me to join Miss World, because I have finally found my purpose.
Saan ka sa Batangas, Ina?
Padre Garcia po, at the Trading Capital of the Philippines.
Miss Pangasinan.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for that question. The first fun and interesting fact about myself is when I was still studying, I was enrolled in a lot of activities by my parents, and I ended up being part of the varsity team of our swimming team, and then a fencer, and part of our dance crew. So I was juggling all these things. At the same time, our parents expected us to be an honor student. That is the first thing. So they really wanted us to be well-rounded, which is something that we, beauty queens, and everyone else here have to learn. We have to learn to multitask and be excellent in all those things. The second would be that, as I mentioned, I can dance, but please do not let me sing, because I'm afraid Yolanda will come back. I can definitely try for the Lord when it's worship hour, but, you know, in a casual event, let us preserve the heat of the sun. And last but not the least, connected to the second thing I just said, I love the sun and I love going to the beach, hence my skin tone. Thank you.
Hi, I'm very embarrassed to say this, but the first is I can't swim. I really can't swim. I know it's too embarrassing because I have an asthma, so I can't literally swim. But I did always swim to practice my breathing. So the second is that I am afraid of my father. I don't think that's a fun fact, but for me, it's my father always lets me to do the things that I want to do. And the third is I'm afraid of frogs. Yeah, that is really literally fun, right? Right? Yes. Thank you. It's a very long story because my father always hates me. Yeah.
May backstory. Sir Arnold, may backstory.
Do you want me to...
Hindi, makikinig kami kahit
Okay. Sit down, please.
Anyway, interviewin kita later. Anyway, thank you so much, Sir Arnold and Miss World Organization. Miss World Philippines. Tita Lavinia. Hi, welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies, and congratulations. I would like to ask Miss Quezon Province, Miss Angeles, as well as Miss Manila. Hello, ladies. I only have one question for you. Now, the folks that you see in front of you, these are the ones who run social media, from Facebook to Instagram. And you are competing with some of the most recognized names in pageantry. For the other ladies here, this isn't their first rodeo. How will you ensure that your name and your images will be out there, knowing that we usually pick up great photos, great content? Miss Quezon Province, please.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm so happy to see you in person, Tita. I only saw you on IG and live. So, for me, I think one of the reasons that the media could recognize me is not just by joining here, but through my cause, which is, as mentioned earlier, I am a licensed agriculturist. And I want to see the people that there are a lot of women engaging in this type of profession. So I want to inspire the youth that agriculture is a decent job that you can earn, right? And see it as a way of business. So I think that is the most important part of joining this world, to influence other people through your cause. Thank you.
As my first pageant ever, it's really an honor to meet with these amazing women, and they guide me along my journey to Miss World. For the media to recognize me, I try to be my authentic self, and as an advocate for teenage mothers, I really hope I can spread awareness about what these young mothers go through, and I want to do my best to give them the strength to be the best mothers that they can be, no matter what age.
Thank you so much. Hi, Tita. Nice to meet you. Hello.
So as a first time in pageantry, I am really grateful for the opportunity to just be able to stand here along with the empowered women. I will bring my authenticity here. I will bring my personality to the table, because I believe that all the experiences that I will be experiencing here is more than enough for me. And I'm really, really grateful to be able to stand here, getting outside of my comfort zone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. And if I may, yes, for you guys to be recognized, don't hesitate to tag these pages, because these are the ones who will repost your images so that you can have like a broader reach. Thanks so much.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rosalie from Pageant Philippines. We are at Miss Taguig City, Baliwag, Bulacan, and Bulacan Province.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, good afternoon. So our first question is that, do you agree that beauty queens are limited to speak only about social issues? Why?
I think that one beautiful thing about beauty queens, something that I'm sure everyone has heard today, is how multifaceted we are. It isn't just that we are knowledgeable on social issues and that we are active in those, as you can see with many of our advocacies. My advocacy with youth education, for one, tackles underprivileged children and provides them extracurricular activities and resources. Though that is a social issue, it isn't limited within that realm. It is also me exercising the childlike wonder of connecting with children again and allowing them to be impassioned and exceptionally empowered. And aside from that, moving past social issues, we advance personally. We advance in our confidence. We advance in how we portray ourselves. Beauty pageants are not just about one thing, because women do not just represent one thing. So we are here today to show you
not only are we intelligent, not only do we believe in things, but we can also stand here in our makeup and our high heels and do it confidently. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I do believe as a beauty queen, we are not limited to share or to say something on a very sensitive topic. But as a beauty queen, it is a big platform that we need to become sensitive on what we share, like in our social media. But I always believe that each and every one of us, that it is our rights as a human being to have an opinion and to share. But please, let's be responsible on what we share, because everyone can see or everyone can influence on what we share and what we say. Thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. It's so great to meet you. Thank you for that question. My name is Angela Teng from Bulacan, and I agree with what my sisters earlier said. As beauty queens, we have such an enormous platform, we have such a big impact, and we have such a wide reach to both influence and encourage other people to discuss important issues and to be aware of current news. So I do think that because we are multidisciplinary empowered women, we should ensure that when we do talk about these issues, we talk about them in an informed way. As a data scientist of Bulacan and now I'm so excited and happy to share what I've learned in my journey with everyone here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. You're doing very well, and congratulations.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jay from Pageant Trend. I'd like to call the following candidates from Bulacan, Bacoor, Cavite, and Davao del Norte. Good afternoon, girls. Let's start first from Bulacan. I have a question for you. What has happened to you that made you a stronger person today?
Oh, actually, it's a very good question. It's one of my favorite questions. I think it's the pandemic. Because, as what I've said before, I've been joining pageants since I was 14. It's like 16 pageants in total. And during pandemic, my life changed. So, from being an extrovert, I somehow switched into being an introvert. So, during pandemic, my mom lost her job, and even my whole family, we have to suffer. And then, during that time, I have to think of something that I can do to help my family. That is why, during the surge of pandemic, as a beauty queen, I literally opened a business, but it's not a fashion business, it's not a clothing business, but I opened a food stall. Why? Because I've observed what are the needs of the person. So I think that is one of the most memorable things that happened in my life and that changed me to be the better version of myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let's have from Davao del Norte. If you had to cut off all communication with one of your close family members for 5 years, who would it be and why?
It's so hard question, but I would think I could cut off a family member because they are my family and I want them to be, because I am here because of them and I don't cut them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's have from Bacoor, Cavite. The question is, what are you most passionate about?
I'm passionate about helping children with conflict, and that is my goal. As someone who lives in Bacoor, Cavite, I have seen a lot of children having conflicts with laws, having experienced traumas, gender-based violence, sexual abuse, and everything. And that is what I'm passionate about. Taking care of other people, being in service with my community, adding colors to their lives. And that is actually why I joined Miss World Philippines as my first pageant. Because Miss World is a beauty pageant that has its purpose. That somehow I resonate to this pageant and to its purpose. Thank you.
Thank you so much.